So what are we talking about today, Caesar?
You guys ready?
Caesar,
ready, man.
how depressed am I going to be after this episode?
Pretty depressing. We get into character. A lot of people dying, a lot of people dying, a lot of people dying.
I grabbed a tissue and my crying blanket.
Are you ready?
Take the hope out of me today.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
But you're going to learn. You're going to learn today. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Is it gonna be like the time travel episode when we taught Chris everything?
I hope not. I hope not.
Guys, I'm gonna do an episode on time travel. Teach me about it.
I
Yeah.
hope not. All right.
The atomic clock.
I made you
is
guys
just
talk,
really
though, right?
good. It's just a
What?
really good
We
clock.
always talk. You're the one with the talking
It's just
problem.
a really good clock.
All right, you ready?
Take it away.
Here we go. What if I told you with just one signature, the course of history could be changed? Billions of dollars could be redirected and entire industries could be reshaped. I'm not dumb, but what are presidential executive actions? Every president, from George Washington to Donald Trump, has used executive actions to enforce policies, respond to crises, and push their agendas forward. But what exactly are executive actions? Are they necessary tools for leadership? Or do they give the president too much power? On this episode of the I'm Not Dumb But podcast, we dive into executive actions, how they work, their impact, and the controversy around them. I'm your host, Caesar, joined always by Chris,
Yep.
Rob,
You.
and Victor.
How y'all doing?
What is up, fellas? What is up?
Let's make some executive decisions.
Yeah. Can we make an executive order right now?
And I'm not talking about Steven Seagal movies.
Never saw that.
Great movie.
Was he fat
You
in
never
that
saw
one?
Executive Decision?
No.
Yeah, he died in like 5 minutes into the movie.
But he held the plane together. He held two planes together
He held two planes
with
together.
both his hands so that the guys could make it through.
So John Leguizamo can live.
We're not gonna make it!
You know what? He put that in there. John Leguizamo said that he wanted to die like that. Like he like was like, I'm gonna hold these planes together. It's an excellent film. You gotta watch it. And that's terrible, but you still gotta watch it.
But on this episode, we're going to have the power of the executive action. So, congratulations to us. We became the president of the United States.
Together?
I think only like one of us could be president because only like one of us was like born in America.
I could be vice president.
I mean, yeah, and you could be like a manager at a Starbucks too. So it's like
This falls back to the issue of RFK. Like, if he was ever elected president, would it be him or the worm? You know?
water.
The worm, of course. He has a PhD.
Does
The
he?
worm or the
Or the worm.
RFK? Yeah, okay.
That's amazing.
All right. So, congratulations. We've become the president of the United States. One of the most powerful positions in the world. Well, second only to a bouncer at a club that you're really trying to get into.
That was good.
I like that.
I do like that.
Listen, the presidents always have big plans, big ideas, and let's be real, big obstacles. Like that pesky thing called the Congress slowing them down. But the presidency comes equipped with 100,000 miles powertrain warranty and the power of the executive actions. What are executive actions, you might be asking?
That's why I'm here.
Well, no, you're here for something else. You're kind of strolling into a college course. You're like, am I in the right one?
I'm like surveying.
Is this math? Is this math? No. I don't-
Yeah. I thought this was Econ 201.
But they tell the federal government what to do, but not all executive actions are the same, right? So there's 3 different types. We got the executive orders. Those are the big ones. Those are the power moves. Those are the ones we know most about. And these things are legally binding orders that direct federal agencies how to enforce laws or policies. Think of these as like company-wide emails that everyone has to follow.
So president can just issue that without anybody's approval or anything.
Yep.
Is there?
Yeah, but wouldn't that depend on what he's trying to put the executive order on? Because he couldn't, essentially, right? If he's trying to put an executive order on something that Congress controls, that would be a conflict?
These executive actions lie within the rules that Congress has set forth. So there is
Okay.
it's supposed to be within the rules. So, but later on, I'm going to tell you some of the limitations of it. But yeah. So we got the presidential memoranda, and these are kind of like executive orders, but they carry less weight. So think of it like as a company's internal memo, right? So your company says we should probably be focusing on this. They don't release it to the public, but it's kind of like a directive that internally we should follow. And then lastly, we got proclamations, and some of them are purely ceremonial, like the Thanksgiving proclamations, like the one we do every year. Give thanks to God for football and food. And some of the ones have legal consequences. And you guys must remember this one: Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation.
Come again?
Can you say that again, but actually say it?
And you guys remember this one: Lincoln's Emancipation. I can't even say it now. I can't even say it now.
You gotta leave that in there.
I can't even say it now. Emancipation
Proclamation.
I can't even say it now.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't
Say
think.
it.
can't even say it.
Sound it out. Sound it out. Say it
Emancipation
slow.
Proclamation. There you go.
Oh,
Emancipation Proclamation.
There you go. There you go.
Yes, he did it. Yes, he did it.
The difference between executive actions and laws: Congress has the authority to pass laws through their lengthy legislative process, while executive actions take effect immediately.
So then why don't we just make laws? Why don't we just do executive orders? They sound like a lot more efficient.
Wouldn't that make the president the role of a king?
Because although executive orders are, powerful, they do come with their limitations.
Okay, so there is some sort of checks and balance.
Those pesky
On
checks
this
and
executive
balances
order.
that presidents have
Yeah.
to follow, yes.
They don't. Executive orders. This is actually a little known. Not many people know this, but executive orders are like Chick-fil-A. They don't work on Sundays.
Huh? What?
Is that true?
That's not.
No,
true.
they can sign it whatever they want. They can sign it whatever they want.
That is not legal advice for anyone.
That's totally
Breaking the
he
law.
saw 3 episodes of Suits.
Whoa, it's
I would
on
follow his
Sunday.
advice. But no, there are some limitations. They can't make new laws. They can't explicitly defy Congress. They can't violate the Constitution. So Congress can overturn executive orders. They can be blocked by the courts, and they can actually be undone by the next president. So even though President's hand might be strong, got to worry about those checks and balances.
So then what is the difference between creating an executive order and creating a law? Because it seems like both can be repealed.
No, laws are way harder to
And,
repeal.
and laws are way harder to create and have it, because it's all three branches that need to be involved. Congress is the annoying roommate you can't evict, and they can pass laws to override any executive order. The courts, they kind of act like referees. Judges can block executive orders if they deem that these executive orders have violated the Constitution or any existing laws. So ultimately,
Oh, really?
yeah. So ultimately, the federal courts and the Supreme Court have the final say.
So how many judges do you need? Because you see stuff all the time. Can one judge just block an executive order and it's done? Or is that also like a majority thing?
It's not done, but I think one judge can block it.
Yeah, I think my understanding is one judge can block it. You can actually rewrite it, the executive order, after it's been blocked, and then it goes to another court, and then it could be actually agreed upon. I think that's what happened. You remember a couple of years ago, Trump's first term, the what was referred to as a Muslim ban.
Yes,
Yes.
the Muslim ban.
Yeah. So initially it was blocked. I forgot why exactly. I think it was because it was targeting certain groups. It was rewritten, and then the Supreme Court actually upheld it.
So are we still blocking Muslims?
Now we're blocking everybody now.
Okay.
Canada, the worst.
I mean, at least that's fair. They'll be the 51st state.
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome, brothers, to the
We
north.
got a lot of oil up there. Change the national pastime
work
to
on-
hockey. We play hockey now, eh?
Yeah. Eh?
Oh no, Dunkin' Donuts is gone, eh? It's all Tim Hortons,
Tim Hortons
now.
out.
Hans, eh?
Eh? What's that all about?
By the way, have a great day.
Canada? Why not just go to Iraq?
So yeah, some of the restrictions, some of the judge can block it, and they block it based on if it violates the Constitution, or if it deems that the president has exceeded his power, which is what happened to the Biden's student loan forgiveness. Remember, we talked about it.
Yeah.
We talked about
Yeah,
it.
That was an
I remember
executive
that.
order.
That was an executive order.
Wow.
But then eventually it was blocked down. It was
blocked, right?
It was struck.
What was the reasoning for blockage?
I think it was because of that one, because it exceeded his presidential authority, which is funny. Later on, I'm gonna talk about it. It's kind of nebulous.
Huh?
What the fuck is that word on
What
the
does
day
that
calendar?
mean? That's
Yeah,
like an Avengers
nebulous.
word.
Like, are we in
the Star
space?
Trek?
I can't say
Hey, what is
Emancipation
that?
Proclamation, but I can say nebulous.
Yeah, but can you tell me what it means?
It just
'Cause I don't
it just
fucking know.
means like it has no.
It's
sort
like a
of-
nebula,
Yeah, it has
you
no
know?
sort of definition. It's undefined. Pretty sure that's a
Cool.
Is that what it-
SAT word.
I didn't do well on the SATs.
I took
You
it.
got to breathe into your mouth when you say it. N B country of origin.
You're doing a spelling bee.
That was a spelling bee.
I didn't know what you were doing. I was like, this is weird.
ASMR.
Hi, everybody. Spell.
Well, I actually
Swedish
don't know how to
meatballs.
spell nebulous.
Swedish meatballs.
Nebulous is an adjective, and it describes something that is not clear or has no distinct form.
And the next president can come in and literally reverse all executive orders, which is what tends to happen. I think when Biden came into office, I think he reversed a whole bunch that Trump did. And
Yes,
then when
that I
Trump
remember,
just
yeah.
started, he reversed a whole bunch.
That's par for the course, it seems.
Right?
That executive orders, like who's like, where does it start? How does it originate? Like whose idea? Is it like a group of people that he works with that like, let's talk about this and let's bring this to make it to the executive order, or is it like a?
Chris, it starts with a fortune cookie. They
Of
open it
course.
up,
Confucius.
and it goes, your path will be lit up today. And they go, you know what? Yes. Let me write an executive order around this.
Lucky numbers are 27
Also-
13.
Also, Snapple facts.
Yeah.
Remember those?
Those are good still.
I think they still
Those are
do
good.
them, don't
Yeah,
they?
they do. Just too much sugar.
The whole thing about executive orders or executive actions is that this is the president's way of swaying his power and avoiding having to do it with Congress, like I mentioned.
Some of these, when I was reading about them, they're created by whatever the party wants. They'll get them from like think tanks who like create policy, and then they just try to come up with like a playbook on like, hey, this is what we need to do to get in to kind of support our agenda. I think right now Trump has the Agenda 47 is what he's working off of. And a lot of the executive orders actions are coming off of that. So he comes in, he says, this is part of my Agenda 47, and then he just starts. But you know what I like about it? He's got great handwriting. Like every time he writes it and you know how he shows it? It's like,
His signature?
yeah,
His signature looks ridiculous.
it looks amazing.
It looks like a-
stamp.
Yeah, it looks
does look
kind of
like a
like a
stamp.
little,
Like, how does he do
Yeah.
that?
Practice, I guess. Trump signed 26 executive orders on his first day.
Guy's getting to work.
36 his first week.
And then he hit 18 holes his first weekend.
Oh,
I'm curious to know how many of those were over reversals of Biden's. Because when Biden was in office, they were like, "Whoa, you did so many," and he's like, "I did many, but most of them were just reversals of what Trump did." So don't be fooled by the media. Yeah. So I got a question for you guys. Which president do you guys think signed the most number of executive orders? I will give you 4 options.
I'm gonna guess Biden.
You sure don't want? You don't? Okay.
No, I'm gonna guess
Give me
Biden.
4. Give me 4. I need 4.
Chris, you want 4? Or you want to guess?
Yeah,
Because I only know
Give me
like
4.
3 presidents.
All right,
Give me
so
4.
Harry S. Truman, FDR,
Sounds good. Good one.
Reagan, or Obama.
I was gonna say Reagan. I was gonna
Fine,
say
I'll go with
Reagan.
the Obama then.
You guys were all wrong. It was actually FDR. FDR signed
What?
3,721 executive orders in
And he
his
did that with polio?
yeah, with his
Wow.
in his terms, the most. He also did like what 4 terms?
Yeah, he did.
So that's crazy.
Oh, so that's cheating.
He averaged
got
like
extra-
300 a year, when normally like everyone else averages like 200 or something like that. Obama only signed 276. Truman signed 907, and Reagan signed 1,803.
Well, the more I read about Reagan, I kind of like that.
Let's go back.
Ronald Reagan, the actor?
He set up a lot of bad shit for years to come.
Then maybe I don't like him.
We should do an episode on him and really learn about his history.
Next time you're at a bar for trivia night, William Henry Harrison, our 9th president, was the only president who did not issue an executive action. Do you guys want to guess why?
He died.
He couldn't write. He didn't know how
Maybe
to
he
read.
forgot he had the power.
He died quickly into his term.
Victor, correct. He died 32 days into his term. Got pneumonia.
What, he get kicked by a horse?
You think trivia's my fucking is new? You think I'm a new here? I think I'm new here. Please.
Look at all the books he reads.
Yeah.
Look at all these books
look at
behind
those.
me. You think they're just for
Why do
show?
those books don't move?
Why are your fingers disappearing?
Are you in the Tesseract? Is that are you in Inception?
Don't leave, Murph. Don't leave.
Don't let me leave, Murph!
What's that movie called?
Interstellar.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I'm not taking you to trivia night.
Pneumonia and died, unfortunately.
Damn.
Yeah. The first and only president who died within his terms. Where does the executive actions get their power? Well, from the U.S. Constitution, of course. But lucky for the U.S. for any president, the U.S. Constitution actually doesn't explicitly mention the executive orders. Instead, the Articles 2 grants the president executive power and the duty to ensure that all laws are faithfully executed. What does that mean? Nobody knows, but it gets the president going. This broad language allows the president to interpret this in many ways.
So it's not explicitly written anywhere. It's just in Article 2.
Yeah, it's in the Constitution, but not executive orders themselves. It's not explicitly written.
So who was the first to come up with executive orders?
Boy, George Washington. He was the first one who did it.
So he was just like, yo, there's some leeway in this. Let me, I'm going to make an executive
What
order.
did he do with his executive
The
order?
first one, he wrote letters to all the executive department heads and asked them to fill them in on what exactly they're doing. What are they in charge of? Basically, that's what he said.
Wait a minute. His first executive order
Yes.
was, hey, can you tell me what your job is here?
Yes. In layman's terms.
Okay.
What exactly do you do
Yeah,
here?
that couldn't just be done in a meeting or something. You can have like a staff meeting.
Well,
like, yo,
basically
let's
for the
go
country.
around the
He's like, yo,
table.
what are you guys doing for the country? What is your role and responsibilities for the nation?
Oh, I see. That's a power move. He was like, tell me what your job is here, and I'll tell you if you're still hired.
What do you do here? To fix the copy
What do you do here
machine?
again?
I just fixed it, so I did your job. So you can go.
I run the department of what? You're about to be fired.
What would you say you do here?
So yeah, that was the first one. Our boy, I think he had loosely 8 of them.
Wait a minute. His whole presidency only had 8.
Yeah.
Is any of them still standing or still?
The 8 executive orders? that he
Yeah,
did?
yeah.
Probably. Yeah. But it wasn't as if like it was probably just things to get the nation going.
He was a man of few words, George Washington. Everyone knows this, famously.
Did you find anything about like if there's any executive order that's like the famous one or anything that's everybody knows?
Yeah.
He said the Emancipation Proclamation
is one of the
motherfucker.
is one of them.
That's how much more famous do you want?
Yeah, there's that one, Chris. There's also the FDR's executive order, the one about the Japanese internment camps. That was an executive order.
Mm.
And actually, President Truman created an executive order where he desegregated the U.S. military, setting up the stage for the civil rights movement.
Ooh, I got one for you. Proclamation from George Washington.
Let's go.
Now, therefore, this is my George Washington voice. Now, therefore, I do recommend and assigned Thursday, the 26th day of November next, to be devoted by the peoples of these states to the service of that great and glorious being who is the beneficent author of all the good that was done, that is, or that will be. This goes on, but it's Thanksgiving.
Oh, shit.
The day of National Thanksgiving.
So he created Thanksgiving.
Yeah. You know what he didn't do, though? He didn't pardon any fucking turkeys. I'll tell you that. Because he knew better. He fucking knew better.
Sincerely, George Washington.
Bro, Biden made a proclamation of Wright Brothers Day. Did you guys know about this?
When's that?
December 17th is Wright Brothers Day.
They should reverse it.
No one has given me any type of warning about this.
Which leads me into, are executive orders overused? And this is where the debate kind of heats up. You know, a lot of people argue that executive actions are necessary, especially when Congress is gridlocked. And then others start saying that they're overused and kind of undermine democracy, right?
With executive order, do you know how, like, when they vote and then they need like certain amount of like a majority, I guess, right? If they're at like leading towards one way, can the president step in and say, I'd like to use executive order and then make it go to the other way?
If there's something that he wants, right, that's not being passed, can he say, okay, you know what, a law wasn't passed, I'm just going to do an executive order on it?
Right.
In that case, as long as the executive order falls within the realm of the actual law that's already in place,
Again.
and he's not either creating a new one or kind of going against Congress,
Right.
then yes, then he can do an executive action. I think that's what Biden did with a couple of things. But some of them passed, and some of them kind of got struck down. So, like, executive orders are good, right? They give the president the power to take immediate action during any crises. And there's been multiple crises throughout history where Congress kind of takes his sweet time, right? And you got the president that can step in at any time and say, okay, this is what I want. This is the directive. Whatever agency goes out, go out and do it, or go out and follow it. And then the cons, you're kind of bypassing the legislative process. You know, a lot of these executive actions could concentrate way too much power.
That would be the issue, I think, with the courts, right? Because if the courts end up deciding, right, let's say or a majority of the appointees to the Supreme Court or whatever were done by Trump or whoever, and then he issues executive actions, they get stopped, and then they get overruled and they get enforced by the Supreme Court. Now you're creating an issue where you're just consolidating, you're handing the president the keys to the kingdom, basically, because you're getting rid of that check and balance. Because now you're saying, oh, well, no, we are agreeing that this is part of your power. And then you're just giving that branch more and more power.
Everything is based on the whole Constitution, right? So there is no sort of, if Congress says, okay, it's fine with it, or if the Supreme Court says it's fine with, or any court says it's fine with it, then the president is going to continue to push that. But who cares about pesky checks and balances? I don't. Do you, Chris?
I do.
I don't.
You don't care about checks and
I
balances?
want to be president one day. I don't.
You're not going to be president.
I know. That's why I don't need. That's why I need no checks and balances.
They're never going to put a Dominican in office.
That's why I need no checks and balances.
Not yet.
We're all from the Dominican Republic.
So, what did we learn today?
Don't pick me.
You guys didn't learn not one thing? Because I'm about to. Chris, what did you learn today, man?
I learned executive orders are interesting, and I didn't know that they existed.
It does sound like the president has too much power in a certain, right? Kind of. But at the same time, it's like definitely something that's necessary for the country that requires, you know, like you said, some sort of a power to set rules and whatnot. But at the same time, I'm glad there's some check and balances that, you know, that the Constitution, that, you know, the government that can set, so that, you know, the president doesn't go crazy power trip, right? But and overall, I think it's a good thing, and I think it's something that we utilize, and that should hopefully helps with our country, and hopefully that will make us better, I guess.
He'll look into it.
And I'll look into it, definitely.
What about you, Rob?
No, it just seems like the executive actions, it seems like they're an interpretation of power, right? So I think it's just created for, you know, presidents or anyone coming in. Seems like they use these executive actions to set the tone of their presidency, right? Any small stuff that can be repealed, major items that they want to get through, they get through. But it seems like more and more it's a shotgun blast of laws that they'll throw in their presidency and see what sticks. They just leave it up to Congress or anyone else to kind of knock it down. Whatever hits. And it's a fast way to circumvent bureaucracy, it seems. You know, definitely needed, because if not, a lot of stuff would probably get, you know, be too slow to get done. But I think I just would want to know where they draw the line in the sand. I don't think it's there, you know what I mean? Like, it's very clear, but yeah, I mean, I didn't know that it's not really a thing. It's not really a thing. It's just an interpretation.
Victor, what about you, man?
I think obviously executive orders have their use. It always concerns me when they're overused, and I think when a president is relying too much on executive orders, to me it's a sign of A, they don't want to work with Congress, and it always raises my question. I always think of the question, are they doing what people actually want, as opposed to just trying to be in control?
I think they are doing what people want, and
no, they're doing what what they want and what his immediate constituents wants. But is that because again, the Congress represents the country more than the president does. If they want to just pass executive orders because they don't want to go through Congress, then it's something that, to me, it's like they just want to go for more of a power grab.
Do you think that it's just very difficult to work with Congress now? So this is a way to kind of...
But that means there's an issue with Congress, and it needs to be resolved.
I agree.
I agree. But just relying on executive orders isn't the fix for it. But I'm more worried about how many proclamations of more celebration days have been created, and I don't know about. Like, did anyone get me a gift for Wright Brothers Day? No.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Exactly.
I thought that was reversed with Hunter's thing also. I thought those two came in hand.
That was National Crack Day.
So that's what we have on executive actions. They're powerful, they can shape history, and they allow presidents to act quickly. But they're also controversial, easily reversible, and sometimes challenged in court. As we move forward, it's worth watching how future presidents use or abuse this power. Will executive actions continue to grow in influence, or will Congress step up to take back some control? If you enjoyed today's show, hit that follow button and spread the word of this amazing podcast you discovered. We want you to be an active part of our community. Whether you have questions, suggestions, or just want to share your thoughts on our topics, we want to hear from you. Find us on Twitter at I'm Not Dumb But, and on YouTube at I'm Not Dumb But Podcast. Until next time, stay curious. Deuces.
Later.
Later.